Well, everyone, we're going to talk today about the fact that nobody ever wants a bad week of business or a bad month of business. And the bottom line is the more sources of business you have coming in, the less chance you'll ever have a bad week or a bad month. I'm a big analogy person, so picture yourself about to buy a bicycle. You look at this bicycle, and you just kind of look at the tire for a second. It's got the rim, it's got the rubbery thing with the air in it, and it's got one spoke. Okay? You're thinking, what in the world? A tire with one spoke? As soon as I hit a bump, that thing crumples, and it's no longer a working bicycle anymore. And a lot of people, if you're in a business, and there's only one source of income coming in, or one thing you can draw business from, it's like a bicycle tire with one spoke. It's easy for it to crash. You'll feel every single bump. And I don't know, I can't say I know exactly how a bicycle tire works, but I would imagine the more spokes a tire has, the less you feel the bumps. Okay, the more it absorbs the shocks, the less you feel the ups and downs. And everyone wants to be in a business where you're not really feeling the ups and downs. Are you with me? So I kind of thought of 18 different ways you can have business come into you in this business. And I'm here to tell you, I've been in business for 16 years and 3 months now. I've not had a bad month in business. I don't believe anyone should have a bad month of business. I'll be talking about that to my last days here. I believe that if you work hard and you pray hard, you should succeed, but you should also apply wisdom and have multiple sources of business coming in, because the more sources of business, the less you feel some ups and downs. So if you have 18 different opportunities for business to come in, is it possible that more business will come in? Sure. Is it possible? Okay. So we're going to go through this, and I'm not saying, by the way, this is the only 18. I hope that you can help me think of, 82 more, we'll have 100. The more spokes that tire has, absolutely the less you'll feel the ups and downs. Sound good?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about that. One way to have business coming in is is the approach, what we call centers of influence. Okay, I don't know if you can read this, it doesn't really matter. Centers of influence, which is like, if I was starting out in business, I'd want to talk to the local mayor. I want to talk to my pastor. I want to talk to people in my family. Who's the person that's the go-to person? If there's a family reunion, there's 100 people for the family there. Who's the one person I will say, well, that person is clearly the most successful, the most influential. Who's that person? If I was starting out, I want to take my trainer to meet the highest, most influential people I know first. And here's why. Picture yourself about to go on a bicycle ride. Okay? If you want to, I'm not talking about Olympic workout, I'm talking about a leisurely, relaxing bicycle ride. Would you rather ride downhill or a really steep uphill climb? I'd rather ride downhill too, for a leisurely, nice bicycle ride. Well, think about this for a second. If you start out talking to your pastor, the local mayor, the most successful business people, take your trainer with you, and you show them what we do for the consumer. Here's my attitude. I would love for them to become a client. I would love for them to join our business. But the absolute truth is, whether they do or not, it's still mission accomplished. Because I'm going to end that talk by saying these words. Do you agree with the concept that we have, the product line that we have, the fact that it absolutely helps America? It's an overall good thing. If I get them to say yes, then my second thing is, can I have your permission as I'm going around talking to people that know your name? Can I drop your name, the fact that I've talked to you and you believe that what we do absolutely does help people? It's a good thing. It solves a problem, and people need to hear this message. Oh, yeah, sure. Then everyone should save money. Everyone should have a plan to get out of debt. Everyone should properly insure themselves. I know there's no financial structure in America. Everybody needs this stuff. Okay? Now, if you're going to go, here's what people want to do. If they want to start their business, talking to the person, if they say no, it'll hurt the least. That's that person in your family that's an alcoholic, then a drug addict, an alcoholic, laid off 7 times per week, can't keep a job more than 3 hours. And that person says, no, I'm not sure if I'm, let me think about it. Okay, that doesn't hurt too bad. They don't care what you think anyway. That's what people want to start out with. Okay, that does absolutely no good to speed up the process and the growth of your business. Talking to the most influential people you know, then dropping their name everywhere you go, gives you credibility when the first thing people look for when they're about to trust you is credibility. Okay? Your credibility is irreplaceable, and you can spend your whole life worked on that. Hopefully, done a good job. We can't help you with that. But to add that, you want to have the credibility of leaders or people of influence in the family or in the community, and obviously Primerica gives you credibility as well. The largest provider of cash solutions in the world. Does that make sense? Okay, that's one. So that's one source of income. A business come in. Those people know, and you just say, listen, you as a leader in this community, as a leader in this church, a leader wherever, people always come to you for direction, help. Now that you know what I do, would you mind, if they come to you for help with their finances, help with a career, or help with job insecurity, help with the fact that businesses are not doing well, would you send them over to me? Would that be good? And they say, says, okay, then that's one of the most important appointments you can do. You just drop their name on every appointment you have. So every family member you're seeing, you would go see the most influential family member first. Everyone in the church you can see, you sat down with the pastor first and showed them what we do. And just on and on from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Another source of income are spoke. And this is by far the best one, is full-time agents. Okay? That is the strongest spoke in your business. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You get somebody who's hook, line, sinker, bought into the fact that America's broken financially, and I'm in a mindset where I'm gonna do what it takes to succeed. I know this is not an experiment. I know I'm not a guinea pig. I know the fact there's thousands and thousands of people who started from every background and walk of life that make well into six figures, over from one location, 2, 10, 20, 100, and they're no better than I am. Their God is my God. I have 2 arms, 2 legs too, and if they can do it, I can do it. And the bottom line is, if they can do it and I can do it, why? If I'm going to have a vision, I might as well have a big one. Okay? And find people with a vision where we have 10, 20, 30, 40 locations. By far the greatest source of business coming into your business. Now, for these full-time agents, you want to get that, you're going to bring them in a couple different ways. One is, if they're in most career paths, they're going to start part-time first and then come full-time. Okay? If they're already kind of in this career path, okay, the financial business, first of all, I would say congratulations for choosing, the money business. There's more money in money than anything else. The money business clearly, absolutely clearly, is the most residual, rich business in the world. And I believe that what we do here, as far as the hours you put in, compared to how much you can help people make a difference, compared to how much money you can make, is the greatest opportunity there is to work. So if you're in this industry, here's why we're asking you to switch over. This is a way to get full-timers quick. Dave, this is where you came from. You were already licensed when we started talking to you, and you were an opportunity. I think was it Farmers or something? I can't say the company name, but it was Farmers. And the bottom line is, the reason why Dave came over is that nobody else has all 6. We're the only place that have all 6. So if there's 6 potential benefits to be in this business, why not have all 6 benefits? Why would you want to work or stay in a place that's 1, 2, 3, or 4? Why not be the only place that has all 6? Here's the 6 potential benefits of being in this industry. One is to be able to do lending products. Second, insurance products. Third, investment products. We're the only place in the country that one person can get licensed to do lending, insurance, and investment services. Third, the ability to recruit, train, and develop people. Okay? Fourth, the ability to have ownership for yourself. I'm sorry, that's 5th. I don't know how to count. And 6th, the ability to offer ownership to unlimited numbers of people. Long story short is Clint and Kristen and Don, we were all at a seminar yesterday, right? And one of the keynote speakers was this guy named Rick something. And the bottom line is, and he's talking about like a real successful guy, owns 2 mortgage companies, and makes over $1 million a year. Then he shares a little bit more with us. He shares the fact that his businesses are not making him money right now; they're costing him money. He's got to write a check every month to keep his doors open. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm taking notes of this guy. And I walked up to him and I wrote a little note, and he came and found me later. So let's get together as soon as possible. But the bottom line is Here he is celebrates a keynote speaker for this organization, and 200 people are like, just hanging on his every word. But he's in an opportunity where he doesn't have all 6 benefits. And that's why he's writing checks to keep his door open. Okay, and that's what happened to me in 2007. That's what happened in 2008. My 2007 was the biggest growth year I've ever had. My 2008 is going to be double what last year was. That's what happens when you have all 6. And all 6 is lending, insurance, and investments. If he works hard to get the business of these people, why not offer other services? Now, recruit and train people he can do. He's got ownership. He's definitely got ownership. But how in the world, if he has ownership, will he ever hire anybody good and keep them? Because he cannot offer ownership to unlimited numbers of people. This is the only place I've seen that has all 6 potential benefits of the product lines, be able to recruit and train unlimited people, have ownership for yourself, which I think is key, to be able to offer ownership to unlimited numbers of people so that one day you can build a business. I share a story right now with Bobby Buisan. Bob Buisan was the guy that started with our company, and he started trudging along and made, I think, like 6,000 his first year, then 9,000 his second year, then 18,000 his third year. This is back in the 70s. He quit his job as a school teacher. Not a rising superstar. His fourth year made 100,000. Now he makes, through all sources, about $12 million a year of income. He's closing in on $1 billion of net worth. And today, Bob Buisan, is a former school teacher coach, now has more clients. Anyone heard of a company called Allstate before? He's got more clients than Allstate. You know why that happened? Not because he had these other benefits, because he's the last one. The ability to offer ownership to unlimited numbers of people. There's people all around the country. He has over around 1,500 office locations around the country. He's never been to 1,499 of them. He has no expense for them. In each one, people work as hard as they possibly can. And every day, growing their business. They're trying to own more for them and their families. And that's what I do. And he's receiving a little piece off each bit, and that's where his income comes from. So it's the ability to offer ownership that takes the ceiling off your potential to grow a business. Otherwise, you'll only retain people who aren't ambitious and lose every single person you have that is ambitious. That's not what we start business to do. Then there's the avenue of part-time agents. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Because the truth is that out of competition, you guys will say, well, I don't know about Primerica. They let people work part-time there. If they did not have part-time, I would not be here right now. Okay? I have 13,000 clients, 26,000. I have more clients and more locations and more reps than any of the full-time agents within 100 miles of here that are not in Primerica. Okay? I would not be here having a business 10, 20 times what they have if they didn't allow me to start part-time. Yeah, I don't believe you should get there in your first date. And we tell people from all career paths that you go ahead and try this out. Worst case scenario, you'll learn more about how money works. Best case, make an extra few grand a month. And who knows, if you like it a lot, you can quit your job and go full-time. And if they did not have it available, I'm still at Motorola doing cell phone systems, or I'm laid off, one of the two. Because they laid off millions in the last couple of years. So, the bottom line is, we're declaring to people in America this trend. And if you do not know this trend is there, it will swallow you alive financially. And here's the trend. 40 years ago, in America, husband went to work, wife stayed home with the kids, afford life just fine. 20 years ago, in America, the most common thing to see was husband and wife working to afford life just fine. Today, for 95% of households throughout America, the husband's working, the wife's working, they're in debt to their eyeballs, and not saving nothing. Okay? The answer is not a slick, intelligent financial planner. The answer is multiple sources of income is no longer a cute, nice idea. Is you absolutely have to have it to survive financially. In the book of Genesis, the Bible, God worked 6 days and took 1 day off. Somehow in America it became more fashionable to work 5 days and take 2 days off. Okay? The result of that is a savings rate in America of negative 1.6%. The average American is spending more than making, and 4,200 bankruptcies every single day. That system is not working, and we're declaring to the American public, you don't know this trend is there, it will swallow you alive financially. Because that's the direction we're heading. And we show them the greatest part-time business in the world. And think about that for a second. What else can people do part-time to make $1,000 to $2,000 a week? Literally, helping some people out. And I think you said that your first 2 hours part-time, you made $600. Your first 2 hours. Okay, where else did your wife spend $300 on experiments? Yeah. So where else are you going to go to have that happen? So the part-time opportunity, tens of thousands of people, every background, walk of life, taking advantage of this. And as we offer people this part-time opportunity to work, and here's what, is this a good avenue for your business? Are we in sales? Yep. Here's what's never happened to a salesperson in the history of the world. Where a salesperson, Daryl, if I met you in the mortgage business private company, right? Yes. Let's just say, I know Daryl's a great, moral, ethical man. Let's say Daryl does a great job for a client, okay? Dots every I, cross every T. They rave about the experience they had. They're very happy with the process. Has this ever happened, Daryl? They say, Daryl, if it's okay with you, here's like 50 names and phone numbers of people that are closest to us. And they snatch back that list from you. I say, Daryl, if it's all the same, what I want to do is call all 50 people for you. I want to bring them all to you, okay? And I want to sit right next to them as you present. Just sit there and smile and nod my head and encourage them to take every recommendation you make. Daryl, is it okay if I did that for you? Okay? Never happened in the history of selling. Happens here in Primerica every single day. It's called a new person working part-time. And now that new person working part-time is financially incented for every person they will ever meet again for the rest of their lives to your business. You know why? Because they're financially incented to do so. Does that make sense? A phenomenal way to bring more business into your business. Another position we have is the option of being what we call a silent partner. Okay? That's people who decide, okay, I'll get a license, because you said worst case scenario, I learn more about how money works, okay? So I'll go ahead and get the license. They try it, and it's not for them. They just don't want to do it anymore. So here's what we encourage them to do. Keep your license. Okay? Because we believe that every single month, for the rest of your life, you'll run across people and chit-chat with them, and every now and then the topic of money comes up. When that topic comes up, we say to them, well, the topic of money just came up. Memorize this little 30-second speech every time it happens. You brought money, okay? I'm glad you did, because I have a friend named Dan. Dan sat, my wife and I did a free financial analysis. It was great. Show us where we are compared to where we've been going financially. Really helped us a lot. With your permission, I'll have Dan give you a call. When Dan meets with you, sit down with him for an hour. Worst case, you learn a lot, and he teaches some things, you enjoy the experience. Best case, he can help get you on track. Get you out of debt, lower insurance costs, save for important things for you. Dan, you can call them out. Dan meets with them, sits down with them. 5 out of 6 times is approximately our ratio. They'll become our client. And then if that happens, Dan gets paid, rightfully so. Then whoever made that phone call gets paid too. Because guess what? In our products, our lending product, our insurance product, our investment product, every application we've got, there's room for a first agent, there's room for a second agent. Okay? The first agent, who's Dan, will sign his name because he sat with a client. The second agent, who's a silent partner, wasn't even there. Dan prints their name on. Okay? And they get a check right from Primerica, direct deposit their account for each product they're licensed in. For a 30-second speech and a phone call, Dan, make a few $100s every time you bring that up. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Okay? My sister started with me. She went to licensing class with me. She worked with me for about a year or two. The truth was, kind of a fish out of water. It wasn't really her. Okay? But she was smart enough. She ended up getting married. She has now 4 kids under 9 years old. She was smart enough to hang on to her licenses. And every other month I get a phone call from her. And she refers someone over to me. And I sit with a client. I put my name on as first agent. I put her name on as second agent. And guess what? She makes about $10,000 a year. And all she does, she never leaves the house. All she does is call me every now and then say, here's a name and number of someone to talk to. My Gabrielle, my niece's friends, parents, or whatever. Okay? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's an amazing opportunity. Because the bottom line is, in our business, the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. Everybody out there needs the message, what we do to help people get out of debt, lower insurance costs, invest. We just need as many avenues as we can for people to help us get this word out. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, another way to get business is what we call client centers. This is people that have existing client base. And this is, for example, mortgage people, real estate agents, accountants, CPAs, lawyers, headhunters, or staffing companies, recruiting firms. We look at these people as kind of like a McDonald's only sells hamburgers, and we bring them the fries and coke. Bottom line is these people are all around town. And to me, they're just playing behind the times. See, 30, 40 years ago in America, the most common thing to see was in each community there was a local butcher. And you went there and got your meat. Somewhere else to go buy your produce. And the milkman showed up once a week. And you got your groceries from like 4 or 5 different locations. Who's got time for that anymore? You know what people want? You want to go to Costco or Meijer or Walmart. You walk in, you get your groceries. You get a TV if you need a TV for the cheapest price of any place else. You get your motor oil, your socks, your underwear, your bologna, everything you need in one-stop shop. You know what's behind the times? Is those guys. The mortgage people, the real estate, the accounts. You know what the toughest part of their business, the toughest part of our business is exactly the same thing. Let's get that client to like them and trust them. Once that client likes them and trusts them, if they were to say, they say sign 37 times in the closing, and most people do, they sign 37 times. And here's what I know. If that person liked them and trusted them that much, if that professional said to them, hey, let me help you in some other area, lower your costs for auto and home insurance, help you get product for some life insurance, get you a plan to get debt-free faster, get you some savings programs for your retirement, your kids' college education. If they already had that trust, why would those people say no to it? So before I came here this morning, I was at another office in Waterford, and from 9 to 9:30 I spoke in that office. And about a year ago, I walked in to a building called Watson Group Financial. I talked to the 2 owners. I said, how's business? And they said, we've never seen this tough. And long story short is, now you drive by, it says Watson Group, it says Primerica. And one of the owner's wives has an office inside that office. And guess what she does? She cross-sells our insurance and investment stuff to all their mortgage clients. Does that make sense? Good luck convincing every McDonald's owner in town to get rid of their fries, get rid of their Coke, and just do hamburgers. Good luck going to all the grocery stores and say, which of your 4 aisles, which 3 do you want to close down? You do meat, dairy, canned, and produce. Which 3 of the 4 do you want to close down? You know what? Your husband owns a grocery store. You know he would say that? None. I'm not closing none of them down. You don't care why someone walks into a grocery store. You don't care. If they get milk or meat or canned tomatoes, whatever. No matter what they walk in for, they're still going to take their little cart to all the other aisles and then fill up their cart. Is that right or is that right? That's what they do. So bottom line is, we're showing these people they're sitting on top of a gold mine. They don't have to whine about the fact that business is down right now. They're sitting on top of a gold mine, people that trusted them. And all they got to do is all they need, and the only thing they're missing, is products to market existing, loyal, trusting clients. And that's what we bring to the table. Okay, if they're the McDonald's with the burgers, we bring them the fries and Coke. So I'll go through a real quick example. Mortgage people, what we can do with them is this. They're allowed to get licensed with us for insurance only up to 12 months. Then they got to decide. They're quitting their mortgage company and coming totally with us, or they're quitting us. Now, the way around that is kind of what I did. You can get the owner's spouse license. If they've got a kid over 18, get that person licensed. And then enjoy cross-lines to the same client base. Real estate agents, they don't have that conflict. They don't have that 1-year limitation. Every single real estate agent should be willing to cross-sell or get licensed and cross-sell their clients. I happen to sit with the guy that owns all the RE/MAX offices in town. And there's about 50-some of them. And we've already signed up, actually 2 of them so far, where one is working on getting licensed. The other one, the wife is licensed. And the bottom line is, they have all these people they put into homes. So what if this happened? What if each time someone gets into a home, they get a phone call from somebody saying, thanks for doing business with Mary over at RE/MAX. In appreciation for your business, we're calling to offer you a free gift. A lot of realtors will give a gift like a coffee mug, a calendar, a pen. The gift we're going to offer you is much more valuable. It's called a free financial analysis. Okay? The bottom line is now that you're in your home, you reorganize your closet, your pantry. It's also a great time to reorganize your finances. When do you want to receive your free gift? This week or next week? What if that system was in place? Because here's the bottom line. All these mortgage and real estate people in every community across the country right now, they are hurting like they've never been hurt before. They're losing people every single month. And if I'm on any road anywhere in America and I'm driving and I see a mortgage sign or a real estate sign, I'll pull in. But unfortunately, a whole bunch of times, I'll go to the door and try to open it. It's locked. I look inside and I see darkness, carpet, and a garbage can in the middle of some carpet. They're gone. Okay? That's what's happening. They didn't have to be gone. They're sitting on top of a gold mine of people that trust them, and those people need the help that we bring to the table. Does that make sense? Accountants and CPAs, I've always kind of thought of them as like cancer doctors that specialize removing 25% of cancer from someone's body. And ask yourself this question. If you had cancer, and that's what I got to do, we got 25% of it out. How excited are you because 25% is out? Okay? Not very, right? So bottom line is the best job that an accountant can do for you is this. Do a flawless tax return. That's the best job they can do for you, with no mistakes in the tax return. So if someone walks in their accountant's office and walks out, and there's no mistake in the tax return, but when they walk out, they're drowning in debt, overpaying for insurances, or not insured properly, and not saving or saving in the wrong places, are they healthy financially because their tax return is no mistake? Of course they're not. Okay, and those accountants see everything. So simply put, I said to my accountant, my CPA, I said, we got two choices here. You're getting licensed and doing what we do because you can't look how good and high quality our products are for the consumer. You can't see that and just say you're not going to do it. So you're either doing it or you're telling me loud and clear you don't care about your clients. I would never do business with someone that says, I don't care about my clients. It might seem cold, it might seem harsh, but it's absolutely the truth. I have no desire to work with a cancer doctor if a loved one of mine has cancer when their entire goal in life is to remove 25% of cancer from someone's body. That's ridiculous. You better have a higher goal than that if we're going to work together. Does that make sense? They see everything and they do nothing about it. You know why? They don't know how to, don't have the expertise, don't have the system. We bring all that to the table. Lawyers, I'll go through a couple examples with you. There's different kinds of lawyers out there. Why should they be interested in what we do? Well, there's personal injury attorneys. Those people have one job: get that client a check. You heard the joke out there. It's not funny, but what do highly paid athletes after they retire, highly paid entertainers, and lotto winners all have in common? They all declare bankruptcy. They made all this money, and then they declare bankruptcy. They'll say stuff like, well, easy come, easy go. So bottom line is these personal injury attorneys, the reputation being money hungry, ambulance chasers, whatever. They give someone a check. Even the attorney feels bad. They take 1/3, leave them 2/3. The next month, that client goes out and buys a Ferrari. The third month, they can't afford the car insurance, and they lose the Ferrari. So bottom line is, doesn't it make sense for before they get the check to get a free financial analysis in place? And be told, now you've got this money, it'll dwindle faster than you've ever seen unless you are wise with it. Let's invest a good chunk of it to secure your future. Doesn't that make sense? There's bankruptcy attorneys. If you're a bankruptcy attorney, you're supposed to give your clients, we call the life after bankruptcy speech, which is something like this. Now you've declared bankruptcy, okay? You can't do this again next week or next year. I don't think you can do it again for 7 more years. What that means is you have to budget. You have to plan. You have to save. And I always look at this like this, is that people are more open to change after tragedy. If somebody if somebody just like unhealthy, they smoke every day, they drink every day, the doctor says, quit smoking and quit drinking, you'll die. They don't quit smoking, they don't quit drinking. If someone smokes every day, drinks every day, has a massive heart attack, doctor changes things around a little bit. He says something like this. If you're lucky you survived, you're a walking miracle. You quit smoking and quit drinking today, or you're dead in a week. Now they quit. What was different is the heart attack was a physical tragedy, and people react different after tragedy. So guess what a bankruptcy is? It's a financial tragedy. It screams loud in their ears that what they did wasn't working. They need to be open for change. So in my opinion, some of the best people to sit down with people just went through a bankruptcy because now they've got some money to work with that are make perfect clients, really, because they got money freed up from that. And more importantly, they're very open to the opportunity because now they realized that whatever they were doing wasn't enough and it wasn't working out. And if they had enough income, they wouldn't have had to go through the bankruptcy. Does that make sense? Corporate attorneys, they can help with 401ks. Divorce attorneys, they don't like to talk about that topic, but if a divorce is going to happen, assets have to get separated, and we can help with that as well. But so all kinds of different reasons for that. Headhunters, staffing people, recruiting firms. When I was down in Tampa for 44 days, I had a whole bunch of people recruited, but the one that kept me the most busy was a guy named Matt, who him and his brother own a staffing, headhunter, recruiting business. And here's the bottom line of those guys. They make 100% of their profit off 2% of their inventory. Inventory in their business are resumes of people to call and place a job. They know they place roughly 2% of those resumes. They're at 98%, they don't place. So I go to them with this idea. How about this idea? For the ones you are placing, you can make more money. You don't just get your fee for placing them. You can now say, we have a financial service division that help you transition your benefits. Go over the 401k, do their insurance, stuff like that. Then for the ones they're not placing, how much money do they make off those other 98%? They make zero. Then we show them you can make more money off the ones you're not placing than the ones you are placing. So he was sending me people every day, people he talked to. They were good people, okay? But here's what we have in America right now. We have a challenge where there's more talent and good people willing to work than there are good jobs that pay well. Okay, so there's a glut of people and glut of resumes and very few opportunities. So we said to them, call these guys. It's a great opportunity. They're hiring people. They're growing. They have thousands, they make over 6 figures. So he's sending people over to us left and right. We're bringing them in. And we're not paying him a fee. He just has to get licensed. And he'll receive overrides off every person he brings in as they produce. He was making nothing before, and they're thrilled with that. Does that make sense? So then after that, is what we call our GMAC idea. That's to show a business owner, no matter what kind of business owner they are, no matter what kind of business owner, no matter what kind, that they need to open up a financial service unit. Okay? Bottom line is every single business owner has to open up their eyes to this fact. Okay? That if you said to every business owner in America, would you say true or false to this statement? The cost of doing business keeps on getting higher. In today's competitive marketplace, profits keep on getting smaller. What would the average business owner say to that? True. Overwhelming truth, right? So here's what we tell them. Well, open your eyes and look what all the Fortune 500 companies who hire brilliant people have done to fix that situation. And the answer is, in a nutshell, they've opened up a financial service unit. People in America think that GM, Ford, and Chrysler are car-making companies. No, they're not. They open up GMAC, Ford Finance, Chrysler Credit. They make way more money off their financial companies than they do off their car companies. When you and I were kids, there was a company called General Electric. Toasters and TVs and washers and dryers and blenders. Well, guess what? By far now, their most powerful division is GE Financial. Okay? GE Financial is rocking for them. And a couple months ago, a company called Pitney Bowes, they make Post-it notes. And we're going to start marketing financial products to our clients. So I don't care what kind of business they have. It's not weird for them to start marketing financial products.
How is it more weird than a toaster company or a mail, postage meter company or a car company doing it? It's all weird. So if everyone's doing it because you have to survive nowadays, here's what I know: weird, rich, normal, poor. You can stay normal and not do it and be poor, or you can be a little bit different and do what other people are doing to succeed, and you'll succeed as well. So I don't care I'm just going to give you some examples. I don't care what kind of business. Let's say you have someone that owns just a one-man shop. He owns a plumbing business, and he's the plumber. So here's what I said to my plumber. I said, look, the bottom line is you can be the greatest plumber in the world and fix the plumbing problem, then you hand them a bill, and not one of your clients is happy to get that bill from you. Not one. They might be happy the toilet works, they're not happy to get the bill. Okay? So what if you add this line onto it? Hey, by the way, call us toll-free number. I know that you don't like getting the bill, so they can save you some money on your auto home insurance. Let's say they save you $400, my bill's only $200. It's kind of like you made $200 to have you come over. Okay? And now the plumber's happy because he's making their $200. The client's thrilled because they saved $400, and the plumber made an extra $100 off the auto home. You see what I'm saying? Clients are happier, and the business owner is making more money. It is the most important thing you gotta do. Is that no matter what kind of business it is, I don't think because toasters meters, it doesn't matter. Whatever kind of business, you need to open up a financial service unit. I'm talking to a company in Jackson with 700 employees. That's a tool making company. Okay, I'm showing them how they can open up a new financial service unit, offer our free financial analysis. There's 700 employees, make money off of that, as well as all the companies that give business to. Here's my other line for this. What if you can tell a business owner these words? What if I can show you how to turn what's now fixed costs into residual income and reoccurring profit? They say, what did you say? I said, you guys are a knowing tool company, right? If we open up your checkbook and look at every business you guys write checks to every month, for material, for cost, for labor, for services, everyone you're writing checks to will be stupid not to be nice to you because you're writing them checks. So what if we open up a new financial service arm, and now we go back to those companies and say, we're giving you business every month, but your 401k is all messed up, and we want to come in and offer free benefits for your employees. They'd be foolish not to be nice to you, giving them business every month. And now what was fixed cost to be a nice steady flow of residual income. Okay? It's not weird, it's not strange. It's been done for decades with many Fortune 500 companies, and every small business that's struggling and failing are struggling and failing because they're not doing what all smart businesses have done, which is getting into the money business. It was the most residual, rich income in the world. Make sense? Who's learning something so far? Anyone? Okay. It's on camera. Okay. Another source is networking groups. There's one called BNI, one called LBN. I think there's a bunch of other ones. They're all across the country. And the bottom line is you can kind of look them up and join one. And each one, there's you can be a person from a profession and share with the other members what you do and what's a good client for you. And that's how I met Daryl, actually. We were in the same group together. And here's the deal, you guys. For 5 years, I went every Wednesday morning. They changed days a couple times, but Wednesday morning I had to get up at 5:30 to be there by 7. And every Wednesday morning at 5:30, I paid it. But it was over by 8:30, and I was happy I went. And I probably made, over between $100,000 and $200,000 for 1 day a week, 1 hour a week. I'm not in one anymore. I should join one again. I've been taking too long of vacations. You can't exactly leave them for 7 weeks. I recommend everybody at that. Raise your hand right now if you're in this room and you're doing one of those programs. Okay. So there's a few of you in there. Have you ever gotten a piece of business out of that? Yeah. Okay. So I picked up over 100 clients from that. So why not add that as another avenue for business to flow in? Because the more avenues for business to flow in, the less you feel the ups and downs, the more stable your cash flow is. Does that make sense? Yeah. Another source is people you buy from. My wife called me cheap. I call myself smart. I I like to, if I'm going to spend money with somebody, I want to get a value. And the bottom line is, when we were getting married, I kind of learned this because you look at the cost of a wedding, you're like, woo. So I learned a few lines, and so here's what we want to do. Is of course, when you get married, there's a ring person, there's a flower person, there's a hall, there's all those things. So I said to every one of them, I said, okay, here's the deal. You got a good product, good service, good price. I'll do business with you on one condition. You give me a chance to look at your financial stuff, your financial programs. If my programs are better than what you have, I'm going to ask you to do business with me because I'm doing business with you. So for you, it's a win-win scenario. You can't lose. The worst case scenario is you get a new client and better finances. That's worst case scenario. I promise you, if my programs aren't better than yours, I will not ask for your business. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Do we have a deal? Bottom line, I got a ring, my wife got a couple $1,000 off of that because I did their finances. Same with the flower person, same with the hall, same with every part of that. Okay? If you're giving business to people, they're foolish not to be nice to you. Okay? Whoever cuts your hair, whoever does your dry cleaning, whoever does your plumbing, whoever's your anybody you give business to, you give that little line. On my previous house, we had this built-in hot tub in the ground, and I like the hot tub, and my kids liked it a lot more, and I could take it or leave it. Then it broke, and then it's built in, so someone comes out. He says it's $1,200 to fix it. I mean, you should have seen the look on my face. I did not want to hear that. But I called someone up and gave my little line, and I said, "Are you the owner of the company?" He said, "Well, me and a partner, there's two of us. We're each 50% owner." I said, "Okay, well, good product, good service. I'll do business with you on one condition. You give me a chance to look at you and your partner's finances. If my programs are better, you gain a client and better finances. But I promise you, I will not ask for your business unless my programs are better. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Do we have a deal?" Okay? It cost me $1,200 to fix the hot tub. I made, I think, $2,800 by helping him and his partner. So where else but Primerica can your hot tub break and you profit $1,600 because your hot tub break? Okay? It's just a mindset. Anyone you give business to in any form, way, shape, or style, ask them for your business. It's just good business. It's just good business. The right business owner, and by the way, people balk at them, and many people do. They just have no clue about business. You need to find someone that has a clue. Okay? Don't get afraid of that. So there's people you buy from. There's benefits. We do 401ks. We do 403bs. We do free financial analysis on employees. Bottom line is there's many businesses all around us that have no benefits for employees at all. They don't have 89% of 401k of businesses with less than 20 employees have no 401k, no retirement benefits whatsoever. And here's the bottom line. It's a bad economy right now. Every employee, every company has their hand out for pay raises, bonuses, overtime, and the employees look at their hands saying, "We ain't got no pay raises, no overtime, no bonus." Yeah, none of that stuff for you. Okay, so it's causing employee morale to be down. And if employee morale is down, the employer is not getting maximum productivity out of the employees. Does that make sense? So it's lose-lose instead of, so we come in with this idea. Let us at least offer every one of your employees a benefit that we're going to tell them costs an average of $1,000 because it does. It doesn't cost you as the owner of that. And have perceived value. So we go in with this line. A guy named Ben Franklin said these words. A penny saved is a penny earned. So if there's not money in the economy to give each of you pay raises and bonus and overtime, what if we can show you how to lower your costs? What if we can lower your auto costs, home insurance costs, life insurance costs, debt payment costs, and free up some cash? Okay? If a penny saves a penny earned, then lowering your costs is no different than a pay raise. So bottom line, it's a win-win scenario. It raises employee morale. The employees finally feel like the employees are at least doing something to try to help them out. And we get a whole bunch of clients, and it's all win-win. And that system works great in a down economy. Because what employer would say no to that if they have, a foot, right? Make sense? 401ks, 403b, if you know nonprofits. My brother-in-law pastored a church in Battle Creek, Michigan, that
had just celebrated their 100th year anniversary when I married the family. And he has 17 people full-time on staff, kind of bigger church. And I said, do you guys have a retirement plan? He goes, no, we can't afford one. I said, I bet you can. He said, I'll bet we can't. Right now, I'll bet we can't. I said, here's how much it costs. He said, you win the bet. He had no idea that for a nonprofit, for-profit is a 401k, and that costs some money. Nonprofits can have a 403b, which is just like a 401k, and costs nothing. So all these churches and nonprofits all around have no idea they can have the equivalent 401k for free, and he has the opportunity to go in and talk to all employees, help them out, get them saving money, more people to talk to, another spoke to get another avenue to get more business flowing for you. Does that make sense? Then now 401ks for for-profit companies, they have no idea that those things have dropped in price so ridiculous. It's almost like free. Actually, it's less than free. And then it costs like $1,000 for a company to start a 401k now. And the truth is that the business owner is nothing more than a selfish guy. He should do it. Because what that's doing is if it costs $1,000, now he can put away $15,000 a year pre-tax, and it saves him $3,000 or $4,000 in taxes. It only cost him $1,000. He profited a couple $1,000 to do something nice for his employees, and that makes sense too, doesn't it? And then for companies that have a 401k, another story. There's all kinds of issues and lawsuits, and we can do better, literally 100% of the time. In that regard. So another way to get business, and you land these, we call those clients on steroids, because you land 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 50, 100, 200 people to be seen. And by the way, remember I said earlier, the number one spoke to really help your tire avoid the feeling of bumps and shocks. The number one spoke, the number one avenue to bring business into your business is full-time reps. Remember I said that before? Okay, so the best way to get people to go from part-time to full-time is you go land a bunch of companies, a bunch of client centers with a bunch of need, a bunch of people to be seen, and then you say to people, if you quit your job, I've got, this company has 20 people, they all need analysis. This one has 30, this one has 10, this one has 15. There's way more, there's plenty of work, they're willing to come over. Make sense? Okay. Then, there's another source is clients, PCs, and trails. Bottom line is you're not even a regional vice president, okay? You want to, every time you do an appointment, if someone says, I want to buy life insurance, I want to refinance, and I want to invest with you. How much you want to invest? Here's $1,000, here's $1 million, here's $200. You say, wonderful, thank you very much. What is the most you can afford to save on a monthly basis on top of that? You want to go to war. Every appointment you do, you're saving something with you on a monthly basis. Why? It's good for them. It's systematic forced savings. It comes out of a checking account every month. It's not really forced. They can stop it anytime they want. It's not a contract. They can get rid of it. But if we know that they have to write a check every month that goes in their investments, they'll never write the check. If it's come out of a checking account, it'll work out. So here's the deal. I'm here in Primerica because I want financial security. Okay? From there, I have massive giving goals and things I want to accomplish in my life. But I want a secure, stable source of income. And everybody, I think, wants to secure their life, right? So here's why I feel like this is an incredibly secure business. If on Monday, I had a bad start to my day, which means I got a phone call, and someone told me that my 26 offices in the 7th state, every one of them burned to the ground overnight. Okay? Then my 300-plus agents, every one of them decide to move to Brazil and never return. That's a bad way to start Monday morning. Would you do that? Okay. But if that did happen, I'm still guaranteed about 8,000 plus sales in the month of April, which hasn't even started yet. Even sitting at home sulking over that phone call. 8,000 sales will still happen. Okay? Because of these PACs that got set up. We're thousands of clients. And we sat down over the year. We said, you just start saving on a monthly basis. Our minimum is 25. What's the most you can save? And some are saving 25. Some are saving 500, 300, 1,100, 1,200, 612, $39, $46, $57. It doesn't matter the amount. The amount needs to be the most they can save it's good for them, and it's good for you. Make sense? Another quote, I'm running out of room, I tell you it's fitting, right? Is as you go. As you go. I'm big on as you go, always doing something like this. Now, if somebody, here's the truth, if somebody looks like they have a track record for success, I want to get their name, get their phone number, set the time to meet with them. If I'm just kind of out and about and I just see somebody working somewhere, my thought is I want to give everybody a shot and say, and let God sort out what's supposed to happen. Because I don't, I rather leave it up to Him. So if God wants it to be, it's going to be. So as I'm going around, I always do something like this. Hey Chuck, how are you? How are you? If I see Chuck anywhere, he's working someplace, he's just in public somewhere, and I'm just not in a rush or I have a quick moment, I said, hey, do you mind if I hand you my card? The reason I'm doing that is I'm with a company that's just exploding tremendously as far as growth. We got 4,000 office locations. They want 11,000 more in the next couple of years. We're bringing people that want to work part-time or full-time. It's a tough economy out there, so if you or anyone you know might be interested, part-time, actually 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month part-time. Full-time, we actually have more people making 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 250, and $1 million in income in the world. Sky's the limit. Now, it is the financial business. There's absolutely no experience necessary. We'll train anyone from scratch. So do me a favor, don't lose that card. Anyone you know looking for work, just have fun. I went, last month I was in Florida, and I went to a place called Fort DeSoto Beach, and I went to go get a water, and I saw a nice young man. He had his Bible open, he was reading the Bible, and I chatted with him for a minute, and we talked, and I gave my card, and he called, and we met for breakfast, and things have gone so well, but that's his family back there. He's actually from Indiana, so those four drove all night from Indiana, and then they came to join up in our business and open an office in Indiana and get trained and stuff, and that stuff, and that's all kinds of stories I have of. I get phone calls here and there from someone says, I got your name from Janet. I have no idea who Janet is. Everywhere I go, I just do that because could it possibly do something for you? Could it possibly, do more, right? Give them a hand for driving all night for Indiana. So as you go, and another thing is job fairs. Okay. I'm kind of, I've always kind of, people have different things. I'm kind of mad at a lot of universities. They keep raising their prices with no clue about what the economy's doing. I mean, the truth is, there's millions of people in universities all across the country spending lots of money that they don't have, getting in debt, studying all this stuff, come out with a degree, and then they find out there's people with higher degrees and way more experience who are working right now at Home Depot. So it's not a guarantee for anything. So no matter what part of the country you're in, this video is going to go out all across the country, no matter where in the country you're in, there's local colleges and universities all around. The bottom line is every college and university probably has a system set up where each semester, the fall and the spring, there's a job fair. And if you're a business that's looking for people, you can contact them and say, I want to have a booth at your job fair. You can do that. And I've done that many times. And I did one at Michigan State a few years back. And here's how I do it. I don't want to waste my time. And I don't know. So everyone walks up and wants to hand you a resume. I just say, hey, how are you? And they say, here's my resume. And then, pimply face and scared and whatever. So look at the resume and say, I always say something, looks good. You can remember that? I'm a big believer because in our William said this, there's never been a test, there will never be a test that will look inside the heart of a man or woman and tell them they've got the goodies or not. The only way to find out is you put them in the field of battle and see if they're willing to stand up and fight. So, bottom line, I always say the same thing. I say, we are doing interviewing, and here's what I want you to do. This is a test. If that's on Tuesday, I'm saying something like this. Thursday between 3 and 5. Give a few minutes, a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. I want you to call me Thursday between 3 and 5. Call me. I'll review your resume by then. I want you to review this brochure, and I want you to call me and we'll schedule your interview. Okay. And if I get 200 resumes, about 20% actually call me. And I don't call the other 80% because they weren't coachable.
and I only got a certain amount of time in the day. And then from those 20 that actually called, I'll schedule interviews with all of them, and only about half of them will actually show up to the interview. No wonder a lot of people go. So only half will show up, and from there, 1 or 2 people will be interested. That's great. Very little effort to maximize my result. I don't want to call 200 college kids and chase them around. So bottom line is, there's a regional vice president office right there. His name is Simon. And I was at that job fair in Michigan State. Simon's one of those people. And now he's a regional vice president, doing well. He's actually opening an office in Houston. He's staying here, but he's got a team moving to Houston to open an office there. And, we have business all around the country because I was at a job fair. So it's just another thing you can do. And by the way, put yourself in their shoes for a second. Spending money they don't have, studying like crazy, to trying to get jobs that aren't even out there. Think about that for a second. So bottom line is, if you're a college student, you pretty much have 2 jobs. 1, get a good grade. 2nd, build up your resume. And guess what? Working as a waitress or cutting grass in the summers is not building up your resume. So but come in with us. So if you're a graduating person, we say come work with us. If you're getting a great job, wonderful. What happens for you? You ever heard something called layoffs? Come with us anyway and start part-time, because who knows what can happen. Have you ever heard the word layoff before? Okay, if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, we're saying come with us and work our perpetual internship program, which means every time you got a break, you can work. Okay, you don't have to reapply for a different one over Christmas or a different one over Easter break or a different one over summer break. You work every time you've got time, and then when it's finals time, don't work. When you got time, work, and whatever you're doing is income will keep flowing through you when you choose to get a job somewhere else or stay with us part-time. But, every one of these universities are begging for you guys to call and say, I want to do a job fair. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Son, quick question.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have an RVP in the booth.
Yeah.
How do you address that issue?
I'm supposed to be told about it, and I stopped by. As always, I've always done it. Yeah. Stop by and make sure you're not selling soap on the roll for it. The other thing is, I call it managers earlier late things anyway. So here's what happens about everything. If I did this too, could something good possibly come from it? If it's not interfering with any other slots of time, and something good might possibly come from it, why not do it? Okay? So here's what I recommend. Is if you want to aggressively grow your business. When I was part-time and my parents owned a business foreclosure, I had to make a bunch of money quick, and I was from Chicago, didn't know anyone. Whatever I had to do, I was willing to do. So early in the morning and late at night, I called every Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, McDonald's, Denny's, 7-Eleven, whoever was open. Okay, and I asked the manager. And I said words like this. I'm working with a large, successful, profitable, and very fast-growing company. It's actually the financial service field. There's no experience necessary. And we're targeting people that actually have some managerial experience. If I can ask you a question, do you absolutely love what you do right now, and are you sure you want to do it the rest of your life, or would you be open if something better came along? Here's why I asked that. It's freaking... They got there at 4 o'clock in the morning. How could they possibly, or they're there at 11 o'clock at night, how could they possibly love their job? How could they possibly want to do that the rest of their life, right? And they're also available 2, 3, 4 o'clock to come in and see you, because that's not when they're working. So I called them up, and they say, no, I'm open. Okay, good. We are interviewing right now. We're bringing people on. We'll open more offices. Like I said, it's financial, but no experience necessary. If you're good people, that's what we're looking for. When do you want to come in? Tomorrow, the next day, and schedule time. And if something good can come from that, why not? Those people clearly have work ethic. They clearly are confident. They got to the highest level in their environment, which means they have the ability to move up levels, and just another opportunity to find good people. Does that make sense? So that's what I got for you so far. So here's my question for you. Is if you were actively working every one of these folks, can you see how it'd be really darn hard to have a bad month? To have a bad year? Yes.
How about like success seminars and places like that where you can go get like some business cards and stuff?
Yeah, and that's good. We have 19 now. I wanted, there's 18 here. We just have 19. My goal is to get to 1,200. I'm not saying this is all of them. Your goal is to keep on increasing the avenues you've got. And actually, let's do that. Any type of seminars. Here's my thing about seminars. is success seminars. Go there, take the best, leave the rest. But be clear on the toughest part of what we do here is trying to find motivated people. That's the toughest part. And guess who goes to these seminars? Motivated people. So you want to go there, not and take the best, learn some stuff. Some of the stuff we heard yesterday I didn't really care for. But I'm walking around getting cards, meeting people, and that's a phenomenal way. Another thing you can do, we call the 20th one, is called the thank you card system. And this is something, here's what's cool about this, is that there's anybody that loves you, that's willing to help out in your business, and but they don't really want to get licensed and do all that stuff. People can help you and not even need a license. They can do it right from home. They can take maybe an hour a day and yield tremendous results. Here's how this works. They try to be ethical. I don't believe in false pretenses. So everyone should have like a dream list. If you had millions and millions of dollars, things you'd want to buy or want to have, which is okay. Okay, so think of what those things are, and then open up the phone book to those things you want to buy if money was an issue. Maybe it's a new couch set, maybe it's a new large screen, 60 plasma TV, whatever it is, whatever floats your boat. Okay, and then call a local store that offers that service and speak to a salesperson. And say, just out of curiosity, I'm looking for a plasma TV. What do you recommend as the best value for the best price or whatever? And they'll tell you. And say, thank you. It was helpful. What is your name? Tom Smith. Thanks, Tom. And you're there for what hours? This and this. Okay, I appreciate that, Tom. Thank you very much. Hang up the phone. Send him a thank you card. Tom, I asked you some questions. You were very helpful. I just want to say thank you for that. It's very rare to find people as helpful as you nowadays. Okay? A few days later, whoever is the Primerica person calls that person. Okay? They say something like this. You may not remember, but a few days ago, my brother, my aunt, my grandmother called you for some questions. You helped them out. You probably don't remember because you helped so many people, but you might have, I think they said they sent you a thank you card. Oh, that was that? Guess how many thank you cards you get if you're in retail? None. None. Absolutely none. The Bible says everybody is a friend to those who give gifts. Okay? So you send a thank you card out, all of a sudden, why would they be mean to you? Because they just got the first thank you card of their life, right? And you say, I just want you to know that my grandmother, aunt, wife, daughter, friend who called you just kind of raved about your people skills and your friendliness. So I'm calling to say that I'm with a company that's hiring, and if I can just be open and honest with you, I feel like from what I've heard about you, even though it's very little, you are way overqualified for what you do. So would you be open to a better opportunity? Follow me for a second. How long would it take anybody that wants to help? And here's what's cool about people helping you do this. Guess how much they have to know about securities and life insurance and loans? Nothing. They have to know what kind of TV is a good TV, what kind of vacuum they recommend, whatever it is. Okay? And they did 10 of these cards a day. Okay, that's Monday through Friday, that's 50 cards a week. All right? So let's say, hypothetically, 1 out of 5, or 20%, or 10 people will say, sure, I'll come in for an interview. And from there, it's worst case scenario. Only one says, sure, I'll work with you. It's only 1 out of 50 work with you. That's worst case. Every week, one other person coming on your team, there's somebody not even licensed, not knowing anything, committing an hour a day. Okay? I know because we taught us that you bring in one person a week in your business and do over 52 weeks, you got $100,000 income, whether you want or not. That's another great way. So we just gave you 20 spokes to your tire to avoid the ups and downs, 20 more avenues for business to flow in. And my question to you, and the question I ask myself daily, how in the world can I possibly have a bad month if I have 20 different avenues for business to come in? Thank you very much.